stick back out on the play. All a shot save. Pasternak scores! David Pasternak!
Atomic.
Hello, everybody. I'm Grant Fluff from Fletcher Sports Zone, and welcome back to another YouTube broadcast. And tonight we have Game 2 Stanley Cup playoff action between the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs here at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario. The Maple Leafs, well, this is the first time they are in the second round since 2004, and for the Panthers since, well, last year. The Panthers won Game 1 by the final score of 4-2, behind goals by centers Sam Bennett and Nick Cousins, Connor Verhaeghe, along with defenseman Brandon Montour. Sergei Bobrovsky, 34 saves in the Game 1 victory. Florida currently riding a 4-game winning streak, of course, winning the last 3 games against the Bruins, 2 of which were in overtime, and, of course, winning Game 1 in Toronto. The Maple Leafs are a team that, again, is pretty new to the second-round atmosphere. Again, first time in 2004, they made it past the first round. They beat the Lightning in 6. They had a great second period, but they struggled in the first and third. And even when they made this game close, they failed to capitalize. They tied the game at 2, but Florida would go on and take the lead for good with an early goal in the third period, and that was a difference maker in that one. Starting for the Maple Leafs tonight will be Ilya Samsonov, and of course for the Panthers, Sergei Bobrovsky. They are just starting the Canadian national anthem right now. Of course, Maple Leafs at home in their blue uniforms, Panthers on the road, whites. Again, Florida coming in on a 4-game winning streak this playoff, winning 5 of the last 7, and they have looked very impressive. Of course, taking the Bruins to overtime twice, and again, keeping the lead for the whole third period in Game 1 on Tuesday night. So as we wrap up the Canadian national anthem, the Canadian flag is being circled around the Scotiabank Arena. Should be a fun one here tonight. Looks like, according to my roster, Patrick Hornquist will be inactive for the Panthers. That's been the case all playoffs. For the Maple Leafs, they are still missing a couple of pieces, but they did get Michael Bunting back from suspension. That's good. Looks like they're also going to be without Jake Muzzin and Nick Robertson tonight. So we'll see if that plays a difference. No major injuries in Game 1 for either team. And as the national anthem concludes and the white towels wave, let's get into it. Game 2 of the second round. Florida trying to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 1996. Sergei Bobrovsky's appeared in 6 games this playoffs, has a 4-1 record. And for Ilya Samsonov, has appeared in 7 games, 4-3 record, 929 goals against average, but a poor 894 save percentage. There's Matthew Tkachuk, the Bruins killer, scored the game winner against Boston in Game 5, and almost fought Linus Ullmark at the end of Game 4. Ryan O'Reilly, who got a high stick that drew blood late in Game 1, he's out there to take the opening faceoff. Here in Game 2, as we are underway, O'Reilly loses the draw to Sam Bennett, and here we go from Scotiabank Arena. Panthers dumping into the Maple Leaf zone. Samsonov with a backhand pass off the boards. You can watch this game live on TNT. Brandon Montour trip behind the net. That was Tkachuk. Tkachuk back on his skates. Goes for the puck in the corner. The back pass to Sam Bennett. Centering pass for Cousins doesn't connect, and the Maple Leafs will play it around. First time broadcasting either of these two teams this season, so if I am looking down at my roster quite a bit, bear with me. Tkachuk shielding the puck, skates back into his own zone, being chased by Austin Matthews. Good pass over to Mackenzie Weegar. Weegar shoots it on in around the boards. No icing as the Maple Leafs will get it. Moving it ahead, number 2 for Toronto. That's going to be Luke Schenn. He bounces it into the Maple Leaf zone. Bobrovsky plays it aside. A shot on goal by Bunting, saved by Bobrovsky. Austin Matthews on top. The rebound. Mitch Marner, the pass. Here's a shot and saved by Bobrovsky. Well, good passing. The shot on goal by Mark Giordano. But Bobrovsky doing a nice job. 1:12 into this hockey game. Let's take a look here on the replay. Bobrovsky just tries to send it over to Ekblad, but Bunting, former Coyote, just backhands it on goal. Nice steal. And Mark Giordano, the veteran, second year with the Maple Leafs, tries to get a shot blocker side of Bobrovsky, but was not the case there. So now Alexander Barkov will take the draw against John Tavares. Of course, Tavares scored the game winner in Game 6 against Toronto, but he gets kicked out of the draw. And in comes Kyle Yankrok. And the Panthers win the draw, and up ahead they go. Flips it into the Maple Leaf zone around the boards. Yankrok will pass it back to Giordano, who sends it forward. Here come the Maple Leafs 2-on-2. They skate back into their own end. Flipped into the zone. And puck will ricochet off the boards, and we get a stoppage. It was Timothy Liljegren shooting the puck into the zone. 6 goals in 6 games versus Ilya Samsonov. That is Connor Verhaeghe in his playoff career. 11 goals total, 6 game winners. Scored the game winner in the first round against both the Capitals last year and the Bruins in Game 7 this year. D-to-D pass from Mike Riley. Maple Leafs shoot it into the zone. Panthers backhanded out to center. Coming on in, a quick shot. That's deflected by Toronto, and they come up the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Up the right wing, circling the cage. Back to the blue line. Flipped in down low. Loose puck there. Maple Leafs got to get on these loose pucks. Florida will gain possession, and up ahead they go. Giveaway, Mike Riley's shot, missed the net to the blocker's side. Back out to the blue line. Here's a shot, saved Bobrovsky, rebound, score! That was a juicy rebound, and Alex Carfoot buries it for Toronto. 1-0 Maple Leafs. That's the spark you need. Well, they've started off slow in Game 1. They were trailing 1-0 at the end of the first, and they've been able to keep the pressure in the Maple Leaf zone. Schenn with a nice keep-in, shot on goal, save was made, but the rebound went right to Kerfoot. Out in front was number 64, David Kemp. He whiffed on it originally, but rebound went underneath Rocco Gudas, right to Alexander Kerfoot, and he buries it blocker side, and Toronto scores first, something they did quite often against Tampa Bay, believe it or not. In round 1, Mackenzie Weegar bounces it off the boards. So what a start for the Maple Leafs, 3.5 minutes into this one. Shot on goal, save made by Samsonov. Rebound goes right to Weegar, kick saved by Samsonov, and the puck goes into the corner. Good job of the Maple Leafs, able to avoid any further shot attempts, and they clear. Bobrovsky leaves it for Weegar. Weegar shoots it off the boards, or Tkachuk sends it up ahead. Losing possession, Nick Cousins. Around the boards it goes. Mitch Marner steals. Up ahead to Austin Matthews. Here comes Matthews. Quick wrist shot. Saved by Bobrovsky. Loose puck. And it's underneath Bobrovsky's pad, and we get a whistle. Oh, my goodness. Bobrovsky almost let another huge rebound go. And Austin Matthews almost made it 2-0 in a hurry. Remember, Alexander Lyon is the backup for the Panthers. He does have a little bit of playoff experience. He played games 1 through 3 in the Boston series. And Bobrovsky, since game 4, has been the man on the mission for the Panthers. Shots on goal are currently 3-0 according to TNT. I could have sworn Florida had a shot or 2 on goal by now, but I guess they weren't official shots on goal. So that'll be 3-0 Toronto in that department. Florida has to avoid offsides, and they get offsides. Alexander Kerfoot with the goal, former Colorado Avalanche. Kerfoot in his, I want to say, 4th year. Yes, 4th year with the Maple Leafs. Registered 32 points this season. And he has just his 2nd goal of the playoffs. Maple Leafs keep the puck in Florida's zone. A quick shot. That one deflected off a Forsling. Matthews tries to take it from him, and the Panthers will backhand it out to center and into the Maple Leaf zone. Quick passing from Mitch Marner. He sends it up ahead. Bashed into the zone. That's by TJ Brody, the former Calgary Flame. The Maple Leafs keep possession here. Mitch Marner behind the Panther net tries to bounce it off of Barkov. Barkov takes a swat at it. Florida can't clear, and Marner tries to go 5-hole, but Bobrovsky makes the save. Sergei Bobrovsky, of course. This ain't his first rodeo in the postseason. Played with the Blue Jackets in the playoffs in 2014. Of course, the Panthers, the last 3 seasons, including the bubble, and of course Columbus in 2019 too, where they had a hard-fought 6-game series with the Bruins. John Tavares will take the faceoff here against Sam Reinhart, the former Buffalo Sabre, and Tavares wins the draw, but the Maple Leafs lose possession right away, and here comes Florida, with Connor Verhaeghe shooting it into the zone. Liljegren plays it around the boards. Florida keeps it in down low. Losing possession. Liljegren tries to poke it forward. Florida keeps possession. Shot it down low, and now Toronto will clear, and shooting it into the zone for the Panthers, but that was number 27, Luosterainen. There it is. Out of Finland, he scored the game-winning goal against the Bruins in Game 6. Let's take a look at Morgan Rielly. Most points by a Maple Leaf defenseman in playoff history. Tim Horton in 1962 at 11, but Morgan Rielly, 10 points in 7 games. He already has an assist on the Kerfoot goal. 3 goals, 7 assists. Round to the zone. There is going to be a trip against Florida. Maple Leafs to the power play. Zach Dolphy, the guilty party, who's primarily been playing bottom 6 minutes with the Panthers in this playoff run. He's going to go for tripping, and Toronto keeping the pressure on as he tripped up the goal scorer Kerfoot. How's it going, Cooper? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate everyone stopping by on this Thursday evening. Had a lot of fun broadcasting the Celtics and Sixers yesterday, and so far having a good time broadcasting our first NHL playoff broadcast of the year. I would have loved to do the first round, but fortunately I was in college, so what are you going to do there? Here's Morgan Rielly, pass down low to John Tavares. Rielly back to the blue line. Marner has it to the left wing, down low. Back to Marner. Wrist shot. Kicks it, Bobrovsky. Rebound goes right back to Morgan Rielly. Marner, centering pass. Back to Marner. Centering pass, right. O'Reilly save. Rebound, loose puck. Marner, spin move. Pass. One-timer. Oh, what a beauty. Ryan O'Reilly makes it 2-0. Oh, ho, ho. Mitch Marner That was a filthy assist. That was just tremendous keeping the zone by the Maple Leafs. Morgan Riley doing a nice job keeping the puck in the zone. That's how you work a power play. Set up the triangle. Down low, saved by Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky's got to smother these pucks here. Centering pass back to O'Reilly. Kick save, rebound. Matthews to Marner. Marner waits. O'Reilly goes from center to right wing and absolutely rockets one past Sergei Bobrovsky and Zach Dolphy. He's in the penalty box. His head down. He can't believe it. Toronto was rolling. They already matched their goal total from game one. And Bobrovsky has allowed 2 goals on 8 shots. It wouldn't shock me if Paul Maurice burns his time out here. Maple Leafs win the draw. Again, as I mentioned, Alex Lyon, he has playoff experience in the Bruins series. So worst comes to worst, if you got to put him in, you got to put the young kid in. That shot's blocked, and Sam Bennett gets in the corner off the boards. Weegar sends it up ahead for the Panthers. Shoots it into the Maple Leaf zone. That deflects off of TJ Brody. Getting sandwiched behind the net was Jake McCabe, but the Maple Leafs were able to bring it out. 2-on-2 they go. Here's a shot by Brody. Missed the blocker's side. Is the Kyler Murray trade real? I would doubt it. Kyler Murray does not seem like the player that would get traded. We have a delayed penalty here against the Panthers, so they draw another one. 6-on-5 until the Panthers touch the puck or a goal occurs. Matthews from blade to stick. Almost loses it to Connor Verhaeghe. Look at Toronto keeping possession here. Tavares works up ice. 1 against 3. Dangles. Backhand. Oh, he missed. Wow. John Tavares, look at him going on. 1 against 3, and he almost scored. I don't know if it's the crowd noise or what, but Toronto is in Florida's head right now. First it was Kerfoot, then it was O'Reilly. 2-0 as we hit our first commercial break. Oh, yeah, and Toronto's going to go in another power play. Wow. That is wild. I know Kyler Murray was rumored to go to the Falcons, but that trade did not come true. Honestly, I never thought I'd say this in a million years, but right now Atlanta is looking to be a much better team than Arizona the next couple of seasons. So, I mean, why not go there, right? We'll take a look at some other scores. There's one other NHL game on tonight as Kraken and Stars starting right after this one on TNT, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time puck drop. Lakers Warriors starting at 9 o'clock, game 1 of that series. Or actually, game 2 of that series. How about Anthony Davis scoring 31 points? Good for him. Game 2 at Golden State tonight at 9 o'clock. And current MLB scores. The Red Sox are up 6-1 over the Blue Jays. And for some reason, the final scores aren't coming up, but I do know a couple of scores off the top of my head. The Orioles defeated the Royals 13-10. I don't know what that's about. And the Detroit Tigers sweep the Mets. As a Mets fan, throw that series in the garbage. Move on to the Rockies tomorrow. They're back at home, but the Mets are making me upset. That is what they are doing. And don't worry, come July, I do plan on broadcasting a couple of Mets games. They're going to call Matthew Tkachuk for elbowing. Oh, I can't tell who he elbowed. Number 23, that is Matthew Hines, the 20-year-old out of Phoenix, Arizona. And Paul Maurice is irate, but that is the right call. So Tkachuk goes to the box. We saw Tkachuk underneath the Bruins skin trying to do the same thing to Toronto tonight. He was the man who gave Ryan O'Reilly a bloody nose in the final couple of minutes of game 1. Reinhart to take the draw for the Panthers. O'Reilly, the most previous goal scorer, wins the draw for the Maple Leafs. Tavares back to the blue line. Morgan Riley around the board. So we have Riley and O'Reilly on the ice right now. Here comes Marner. Mitch Marner from the left wing side. Pass down low. O'Reilly, a one-timer saved by Bobrovsky. And a smother. And we'll get a face-off taken to the blocker's side. Well, how's it going, Kyle? Hope you're enjoying your Thursday night. Good pass off the boards. Marner, who had a filthy assist on the O'Reilly goal. He almost had another one. Tavares bang play to O'Reilly, but Bobrovsky was able to track that one down and make the save. He just had to shoot a little bit more to the glove side, and he might have had a goal there. O'Reilly wins the draw and passes it back to Riley. Riley to O'Reilly to Tavares. Oh, look at the cycling here by Toronto. Morgan Riley fakes the slap shot. Passes it to Matthews. Marner. Matthews one-timer blocked on the way through. Mark Stahl can't clear it. Here comes Matthews. Pass. Marner's one-timer saved by Bobrovsky. And we have a whistle as Bobrovsky's helmet fell off. A minute 19 to go here in this first period. Oh my goodness. And now Bobrovsky has to get the okay by the official to go to the bench. That shot by Marner actually bounced off the helmet. Well, luckily he's all right there. Lining the backup. Backup for the Maple Leafs is young goaltender Joseph Wool, 24 years old. He was a former Calgary Flame. That's a backup if anything happens to Samsonov. Both goalies also have an injured goaltender. Matt Murray injured. He's been out since, I believe, March. And Spencer Knight, he has been on a leave of absence since December, January, sometime around there. How's it going, Zoe? Thanks for stopping by tonight. A minute 19 to go here on the power play. Face-off taken to the blocker side of Bobrovsky. All the white towels waving here at Scotiabank. Maple Leafs win the draw. Marner gets tangled up. Crowd wants a call. They don't get one. Marner waiting from the left wing. Centering shot on goal by Tavares. It was actually tipped on goal. And Bobrovsky makes another save. And don't look now, but the shots on goal are 12-2 in favor of Toronto. I mean, this is pure domination at its finest. Yeah, that tip by Tavares, that almost trickled underneath the left pad of Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky is taking the faceoffs every chance he gets. O'Reilly against Reinhart now for the faceoff. A minute 7 and counting on the Maple Leafs power play. Panthers win the draw, and they'll send it up ahead. Aaron Ekblad, the number 1 overall pick in 2014, shot on goal and a save by Samsonov. Morgan Riley, off the boards. Up ahead, here comes the Maple Leafs, 4-on-4. Tavares pass, centering pass for Matthews, didn't connect. Tavares in the corner, down low to O'Reilly. To the right wing, back to the blue line. Riley, pass. Back to Morgan Riley. To Ryan O'Reilly. Good circling again. Marner down low. Pass out in front for O'Reilly. Didn't connect. Marner, pass back to Matthews. But the puck leaves the attacking zone. And Maple Leafs down to 10 seconds left on their power play. Tavares, the pass back to Matthews. And that's going to kill off the last 5. Wow. A good start to the power play. But the last minute, not much of production. Here's Mark Giordano. Around the boards. Florida will scoop it into the Maple Leaf zone. Doesn't touch a body, so icing is called. Giordano touches. I am shocked by what we are seeing right now. I was expecting Toronto to come out with a little fire underneath their skin here, but I mean, they exploded. 2 goals in the opening 9.5 minutes with 2 power play attempts. If you're just tuning in, Game 2, Panthers Maple Leafs, your 2 goal scorers. Second goal was scored by O'Reilly, and the first goal was by Alexander Kerfoot. Kempf brings it into the corner, and the Panthers will bring it up ahead. Just dump it into the Maple Leaf zone. That's all Florida can seem to do is just shoot it into Toronto's zone. The shots on goal are currently 12-3 in favor of the Leafs. Kempf off the boards. Quick move up ahead, and avoiding a huge hit was Noel Acciari. He sends it ahead. I should mention Noel Acciari he was going to be playing against one of his former teams regardless, that being the Bruins or Panthers in this series. From blade to stick, Toronto will send it up ahead, trying to make a deke, and not going far else is Matthew Hines. Hines gets possession again, rips it wide to the glove side. Toronto keeps the puck in down low. Backhand pass. Hines has it, takes a hit from Sam Bennett. Racco Gudas will play it off a skate. Florida's there to pick up the loose puck before it's stolen by TJ Brody, and he dumps it back into the zone. Maple Leafs get the puck once again. Morgan Rielly, foot still on the gas pedal. Kempf taken down. And Anthony Duclair will shoot it in around the boards, and Toronto player gets shoved off the puck. No penalty. That was Kerfoot. Kerfoot has it now, and he just softly pats it into the Panthers zone. A huge hit behind the net. Oh, that's a good hit right there by number 23 of Toronto. Looking at my roster, that's going to be Matthew Hines, and we get a whistle. Good hit by the young kid there. And the forecheck turned on to infinity here by Toronto. The physicality is starting to pick up. You see Kachuk's hit on Giordano, and then Noel Acciari again dodging a huge hit from Brandon Montour. And then there's the hit by, actually it was Lafferty on Gudas. Face off, take it to the blocker side of Bobrovsky. Been saying that quite a bit today. Austin Matthews will get kicked out of the draw for Michael Bunting. And the face-off is won by Toronto. And now Florida will bring it up ahead. Shot in around the boards. Rielly. Oh, a good check there by Luke Schenn. Trade deadline acquisition from Vancouver. He's doing a nice job right now. Bunting tries to steal the puck off Ekblad. Marner gets on top of it. Pass to Giordano on goal and a save by Bobrovsky. 13th shot on goal now for the Maple Leafs. And what the heck's going on here? Looks like Bunting and a Panther were getting involved just a little bit after the whistle. Well, we've reached our second commercial break of the period. Still 2-0 Toronto. Wow. Very surprised by how this game has gone so far. I just was not expecting. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I wasn't expecting the Panthers to come out this flat, but I mean, shoot them by 10. You are expected to get some pucks on goal and in the net, and that's exactly what the Maple Leafs have done. Just doing a quick little glance over the Maple Leafs roster. I feel like I have the Panthers roster pretty well memorized at this point. Usually when the Leafs played, they were playing the same night as the Bruins, so I wasn't able to catch some of their games. Tomorrow, I don't think I'll be broadcasting, but if I do, it'll be indoor football action between the Massachusetts Pirates and, oh my goodness, who are they playing? But anyway, Massachusetts Pirates Arena Football tomorrow, but no promises there. And Saturday, that's another one where I might broadcast, I might not. If I do, it'll be Oilers Golden Knights. And Sunday, I do plan on broadcasting, and that will be Stars Kraken at 9:30. Why not? Stars and Kraken, that's the series that interests me the most in the second round batch here. So I'll try to also do a Devils Hurricanes game, and I'll probably squeeze one of those games in next week, depending on, I guess, if New Jersey can, come back from their slump here. I mean, every game they've lost, they have gotten blown out in. They have lost 5-1 and 5-2 to the Rangers before, and now they just lost 5-1 to Carolina last night. So, it's one of those deals where, other than that one overtime game against the Rangers, if they win convincingly or they lose convincingly, they're a really tough team to gauge on. Maple Leafs win the draws. We come at commercial break, and the Panthers will play it off the glass and just trying to send it forward, and they do. Here is Sam Reinhart. One goal gives Florida all the out in front, they score! Oh, how about that? What a pass out in front. It's going to be Lindell who scores for the Panthers. Well, I was about to say one goal essentially puts Florida right back in the game, and look what happens. That's, I guess, saying you shall happen. Issa Lindell cuts the deficit in half. It's a turnover by Liljegren behind the net. It looks like a no-look assist here by Sam Reinhart, and it is Lindell who buries it. Samsonov didn't even see it coming. Glove side goal for Lindell, and that'll cut the deficit in half. Only fourth shot on goal for the Panthers, but it goes in, and the deficit is now cut in half. Maple Leafs win the draw, and there's a fight behind the Maple Leafs net. Crowd pleading for a penalty. I myself think it should be 4-on-4 right now, as both players went tumbling down to the ice. Flipped into the the Panthers zone. Poke checked forward. Kerfoot keeps it alive, battling with Nick Cousins. O'Reilly tries to find the men at the blue line, but the Panthers are able to steal and send it into the Maple Leafs zone. Samsonov plays it to his right. TJ Brody behind the net. TJ Brody. Quick pass D to Morgan and Riley. Riley up the boards. Kerfoot backhands it in. Bobrovsky plays it around. Montour. That puck is taken away from Lafferty. And the Panthers will bring it in around the boards. Kerfoot. These are for O'Reilly. Puck bounces off his stick. Lafferty brings it up ahead. Up ahead to Kemp. Hit by Forsling. Trying to backhand into the zone was Toronto. Kemp takes a shot on goal. Misses to the glove side. Lafferty taken down. Now is a 2-on-2 scrum on the right-hand boards. Florida comes away with their pass it behind the net. Aaron Ekblad is wide open. I don't know why the Panther didn't pass it to him. Instead, Toronto steals, and here comes Austin Matthews, a quick wrist shot, and a pad save by Bobrovsky. Puck deflects out of play off a Panther. Yeah, I mean, I think Florida's just overthinking the situation. They had an easy pass to Ekblad to send it into center ice. Instead, they want more, and Austin Matthews steals and gets a quality shot on goal, and it was Sam Bennett and key for the two players who were taken down behind the Panther net. That was when I thought it should have been the 4-on-4. Referee should have went, but not the case. Glove side draw here, and the Panthers win the faceoff. Up ahead they go. Matthew Tkachuk just flips it into the zone for Sam Bennett. Bennett tries to get there. He can't get it there in time. Cousins around the boards for Weegar. Around the boards again. Puck jam behind the net. Brody tries to get the loose puck, and he does. He sends it up ahead to Matthews. Quick passing, bunting. And now flipped into the zone and going for a line change, Jake McCabe. Rich Marner on the forecheck. Florida sends it out to center. It bounces off a stick. Toronto almost got the loose puck. Eric Stahl, the back pass. Here comes Nick Cousins. The shot saved by Samsonov. Rebound misses wide to the blocker side. Morgan Riley able to calm things down and send it over to his fellow defenseman partner. Maple Leafs bring it up ahead, and they dump it in from the right wing. Puck bounces off the boards. Ekblad on top of it, being chased by John Tavares. Off the boards. Here comes the Panthers. 2-on-2. Pass Aaron Ekblad. What a sprawling save by Samsonov. Tremendous save. And that keeps the score 2-1. Up ahead. Here comes Toronto. A chance on the other end. That shot's blocked. Toronto keeps possession. Oh, man, and losing possession. Looks like that was William Nylander. Around the boards. Giordano. Slap shot. Deflected off a Maple Leaf skate. And the Panthers clear it back into Toronto's end. Giordano, 39 years old. Back to McCabe. Up ahead. Here comes Kemp. Back to O'Reilly. O'Reilly tries to dance around a man. The backhand pass didn't connect. And Florida will just backhand it into center ice. McCabe plays it ahead. Kemp flips into the zone. And the Maple Leafs will bounce it off the boards. McCabe bounces off of his stick. Sam Reinhart there, and he does keep it in Florida's end. Brody gets the puck taken away from him. Deflected on goal, and a save by Samsonov. We'll get a face off to his blocker side as we get an extra scrum after the whistle. As we hit our last commercial break of the first period, 4:27 to go. Goal is scored by Issa Lindell. Making it 2-1. I meant Anton Lindell. Sorry. Issa Lindell plays on the Stars. What to talk about this commercial break? A recap sports news during the second intermission. I guess first intermission we could play Sporkle probably. What's up, Dustin? Thanks for stopping by. Devils in the second round. I was just saying, last commercial break, I'm going to try to find time to do a Devils Hurricanes game next week. And if you're free that night, you're more than welcome to join me for the call, I guess. It's been a while since I've had like a guest on the channel, so. Well, he's broadcasting a game, so. I'd be down to have pretty much anyone on. If you know your stuff, it's all good. But hang on, commercial break. 4:27 to go, first period. I should also mention again, not 100% sure if I'm broadcasting tomorrow or not, but if I do, it will be at 7:30 for, you know what, Massachusetts Pirates of football, baby. Yeah, because I commentated the game against the Panthers, and I just had like a lot of fun broadcasting it. So I was like, you know what, I definitely want to do another couple of games this season. And if they make the playoffs, I will make an effort to do every game as long as their schedule doesn't, as long as my work schedule doesn't interfere. They're playing the Green Bay Blizzard tomorrow. That was the team they beat in their opener. So, yeah, no, let's go Mass Pirates. That's right. My hope is I broadcast that game tomorrow, but I'll keep you updated on my Instagram story on that. As Nick Cousins loses the puck to Ryan O'Reilly, and the Maple Leafs will flip it into the zone. Here comes O'Reilly. Pass. O'Reilly gets it back. Here's a slap shot by McCabe, but a save by Bobrovsky. Florida kind of coming back in the shot on goal department, 15-7. I have zero comments on the Bruins. That's my comment on them. 0. I you know what? I'm disappointed. I'm over it now. I wasn't over it until about Wednesday. What's today? Thursday? Nah, so it was about Tuesday. I was pretty upset about it until Tuesday. So, there you go. I wasn't happy, but I guess if the Celtics do well, it kind of makes up for it. I guess. Here's a pass out in front. Mitch Marner back to Morgan Riley. Centering pass looking for Marner again. Anthony Dunclair steals and goes down the length of the rink, and it will be an icing as Shen touches. So my Celtics 76ers rosters right here in case, which I probably will do another game for that series. I might do another couple. Depends on what's on, but I mean, yeah. Tomorrow, I'm fine with doing Mass Pirates over the Celtics for tomorrow. Over the Bruins, sorry, Mass Pirates, but over the Celtics, what the heck. Once a week, if I find time, I'm fine with that. Flipped into the zone. And that puck took a weird bounce. Here comes Liljegren. He loses possession to Connor Verhaeghe. Liljegren off the boards. Here comes Toronto up the other way 2-on-2. Kroc dumps it into the zone. Giordano keeps the puck alive in the corner. Tavares. Backhand pass. It bounces off of Kroc's stick. And now Nylander will backhand out to center. Giordano back to Nylander. Back to Giordano. Move forward. Mark Stahl picks up the loose puck, and they send it up ahead. Florida dumps it into the Maple Leaf zone, and an icing is called, touched by McCabe. We'll get a face-off to the left side of Bobrovsky. .2:11 to go, first period. Face-off taken here to the left side. Kept to take it against Reinhart. And, Lafferty and Stahl going at it here during the face-off, and we might get a fight here. Referees trying to calm both players down. Hey, if they want to fight, let them fight. He's probably telling Stahl to try to fight to get the Panthers more energized. Now we have Kerfoot against Reinhart in the face-off draws. We'll redo it, and Kerfoot wins the face-off to Morgan Riley. Riley circles the cage back to the blue line. Kempf down low, bouncing off a stick. Around the boards. Kerfoot. On the board, Stahl will play it off the glass. And Kerfoot touches, no icing. So we approach the minute-and-a-half mark of this first period. Still 2-1 Toronto. Puck will bounce off the boards and we get icing. Nola Chari wasn't a fan of that. Take a look here on the replay. Yeah, it bounced off of Kerfoot's foot, and that was why there was no icing. All right. Minute 33 to go. Face-off taken to the blocker side of Samsonov. Alexander Barkov to take the draw against Ryan O'Reilly. And O'Reilly wins the draw. Off the boards. And cleared by the Maple Leafs. And another icing. Ekblad touches. We'll do it again. Another face-off to the blocker side of Samsonov. Minute 18 to go. Shots on goal 16-8. So at least Florida was able to cut that in half. Puck bounces off the boards. Misses Bobrovsky. Another icing and another face-off to the blocker side of Samsonov. Oh my goodness, this is mind-boggling. How many more icings do you have to do? Oh boy. Barkov to take the draw against O'Reilly, and O'Reilly wins the face-off. Don't ice it now. Hey, a backhand pass. Off the boards down to the final minute of period 1. Maple Leafs steal the puck at center. They try to go forward. Here's Jake McCabe. McCabe flips it on in off the glass. Forsling is hit in the left-hand sideboards. And here is Nick Cousins off the pass from Matthew Tkachuk. Cousins dumps it into the zone. Round the boards. Kempf off the boards. Off Bunting's stick. And now Nick Cousins will retrieve it. 25 seconds and counting, first period. Cousins goes on in. 1 against 4. Passes to Mark Stahl. It is saved by Samsonov. Worth a shot. I mean, good pass. You realize this, if I shoot this puck, it's going to get blocked. Let me pass it back to my defenseman, and it almost does wonders. Look at that. Nice wrist shot on goal by Stahl. All right. 18.7 to go, first period. And face-off will be taken to the blocker side of Samsonov, and the Maple Leafs win the draw. And they might have one last rush off the boards. Mitch Marner. Matthews tries to send it up ahead. 5 seconds left. Now down to 3. Tavares shots blocked by Weegar. Rebound misses the net. Wide to the glove side. And that is how period 1 ends 2-1. And it was 2-0 Toronto early off goals by Kerfoot and O'Reilly. And I am shocked that this score is not more lopsided than what it is. All right. I guess we could go to Sporkle. We could do some hockey quizzes. I think that sounds like a good idea. Here we go. Now it's sharing. All right, what NHL quiz should we do? I mean, I want to try to do like 2010s and like 2020 stuff so I look smart. That'd be fun when 2-1 would be the last 200 hit season by team. I don't think I'd get it, but I don't think I'd get far in that, but might be worth a try. Or the website just won't be working. That is absolutely lovely. You're busy improving your experience. Well, I don't want to screw anything up because the stream's been well. Stream's been well all game, so I don't want to mess anything up there. Guess for the moment we can stop sharing my screen. A thing I liked to do was like a react to YouTube videos during the intermission too. So if this doesn't work, I'd be fine with watching like an NHL like clips video of some sorts. Oh, never mind. Here it is. Maybe we can watch a video during the second intermission. But for Sport Glow, I'll do at least one or two. Top 200 goal scorers career-wise. This is pretty cool. $20 minutes too. That's good. So we have Gretzky, Crosby, Stamkos, Howe. All right, I'm gonna need to look up how to spell some of these names here. We'll get Ovechkin. I don't know how to spell Lemieux either. We'll get him. Oh, Claude Lemieux's on here too. How's about Jonathan Taves? He's on there. Patrick Kane on there. Yes. Marchand might be on here actually. Brad Marchand, maybe not. Oh, he is. Wow, 351. Good for him. Bergeron will be on here too. Bergeron. Curry. Korea, Pavel Bure. Zetterberg. I spelled that way wrong. Hendrik Zetterberg. Get Datsuk too. Laugh at me. I don't know how to spell Russian names. I'm sorry. Oh. Wow, Datsuk only scored 314. Really? I could have thought that was way more. The fact that Marchand has more goals than Datsuk is actually mind-boggling. Here we go, Sundin. I don't know why my computer feels like it's about to launch. What's up, John? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't broadcast any games for the Bruins. I was mad, especially it was one of those things where it's like after game 2, like when we lost game 2 in the series, it's tied at 1. I'm like, listen, I had the Bruins winning at 5. There's no need to panic. And then when you win games 3 and 4, I'm like, okay, I'm not panicking. Game 5 happens, the Bruins lose. I'm like, I'm not panicking, but the fact that this series is going 6 is quite alarming. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, when Florida won Game 6, I already knew Florida was winning Game 7. But then Bertuzzi scores, Pastrnak scores, it's 3-2. I'm thinking, oh my God, we have Swayman in net. I'm like, this is it. This is it. Wasn't it? At all. Goal with 59 seconds left. And my heart was shattered. Oh, what are you going to do? Nash? Rick and Nash is on here. Koivu, that's a weird one. Nope. Aaron Gabrick. Gabrick's on here. Zach Parise. I'm doing this out of order. Let's try to do it by teams. Okay, Montreal. LaFleur. LaFleur? He's on here. Hold on a second. Shard. Who else we have for the Canadians? It's probably it, honestly. And we'll go to Maple Leafs now. Phil Kessel. How about Austin Matthews? Matthews on here? McDavid definitely is. McDavid's not? Really? He hasn't hit 300 goals yet? Just let's check when this was updated. Well, actually, I should do that one. Top 100 goal scorers of the 2000s. Here we go. I think that'll be a nice one to do. Obviously, I could have gotten way more for this one. Whoa, advertisement. I do not want to sponsor your product unless you pay me. What's up, Sam? What's up, Edit? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I know. Lightning also lost, and the Blues didn't even make the playoffs. I'm sorry, John. Yeah, Johnny Busick. We're gonna switch up quizzes here. We're gonna do. Oh, if it loads, we'll do top 100 goal scorers of the 2000s. That's a fun one to do. I will have fun, and no one will stop me from not having fun. Okay. And Sporkle again, being an idiot. I love Sporticle, guys. Oh boy. But anyway, just to recap for those of you who are just tuning in, Kerfoot scored the first goal for the Maple Leafs, and the Maple Leafs were then up 2-0 as Ryan O'Reilly scored a power play goal off a filthy assist by Mitchell Marner. Look at that. Just fluent pass. Great one-timer by O'Reilly. But Lindell made it 2-1, and that is where we stand about halfway through this first period. 40 hits in the first. Yeah, it looked like a pretty physical game. It looked like Mark Stahl was about to get in a fight with Sam Lafferty. Nothing happened, but yeah, it doesn't shock me that there was a lot. Yeah, Stahl. Stahl was getting under my skin. Kachuk. Forsling. Brendan Montour. There was a lot of Zach Zalpe even. There was a lot of players that were getting under my skin in the Bruins-Panthers series. They were not making me happy. Sporticle, where do you work? Please. Yes. Okay. Now it's working. Okay. Clean hockey. Yep. Getting under your skin. It's clean hockey, but they tick you off. They tick you off. Okay, so. Well, Datsuk. And then we also have Alex. I need to look up this because spell their names. So we're just going to copy and paste both of those in here. And away we go. I like how it gives us our teams, too, that we're working with. That's pretty cool. Chuck. Ilya Kovalchuk too. Here we go. We'll get Zetterberg. And then we'll get, if I'm not mistaken, the goal leader there is going to be Jerome McGinley. Bingo. All right, not too bad. Okay, we get Kane. No, Kane. How about damn? At least it's 2000s. We get St. Louis. Probably get Vincent LeCavalier too. This starts from 2000. So basically, I think it's 2000 to 2009 is what this quiz is here. Get Joe Thornton. Getting the N. Patrick Eliash. Malkin be on here? Yup. Crosby. Yup. Come on, Franzen. How do you be on here? Who else we got? Thrashers. Ducks Blues. That's going to be McDonald, Andy McDonald. Flyers. Guess we're working our way. Timu, yeah, Solani would be a good one. That would be a good one. Timu. San Jose Sharks legend Timu Solani. And Colorado Avalanche legend as well. Yeah, he's on there. Played with the Ducks twice. Benny LeCavalier. I've never seen a player go from like a surefire Hall of Famer to just ultimately probably not making the cut. Poor Benny LeCavalier. Oh well. What else we have? Forsberg. No, how about Joe Sakic? Maybe not. Oh, Danny Heatley, obviously. 1507. Yeah, Marian Hossa. That's on Alfredson. Didn't know many players from that era. That's all right. Appreciate you helping. Messier. Oh no, Canucks and Ranger. Who else played on the Canucks and the Ranger? Oh, Pavel Bure. No? Well, he also played on the Panthers. What am I missing? Let's see. Matt Sundin's got to be on here. He is. Shane Doan is on here. Rick Nash. Bruins Wild Devils. Brunette, Andrew Brunette. Andrew Brunette is on here. He never played for the Bruins, though. Is Phil Kessel? No. Bergeron? Krejci? No. Well, Mark Recchi. Mark Recchi is on here. I did not realize he didn't play for that many teams. Wow. Mike Modano on here. He is. Sedin. Daniel Sedin's on here. What about Hendrick? I don't think Hendrick's on here. I heard Daniel was the better one. I thought when I was younger, Hendrick was the better one. I guess I was wrong. Oh! Kachuk. What's his name? Matt and Brady's brother or father, Keith Kachuk. Oh my lord! There we go. We get that one. Sakic. Yeah, let me try Sakic. Yep, he's on there. We're doing all right for the most part. I could have sworn. What about Dan Cleary? He's not going to be on here, but no waste, I guess. What's we looking at here? Capitals. Oh, Nicholas Backstrom, probably no. Oh, Mike Knubel. Mike Knubel's on here. He was the Bruins, Flyers, Capitals guy. I saw those three teams. I'm like, maybe. Predators, Flyers. I don't know. Stars, Devils, Jason Arnott. Oh, well, wrong guy. He also played on the Predators, apparently. All right. Intermission's wrapping up here. I want to try to get one more. Who will that be? I don't know. Peter Bondra, yeah. Sergei Samsonov, that damn advertisement. Well, that was fun. Again, I always love doing Sporkle during the intermissions. It's a good way to kill off time. So, fine by me doing it. The second period is underway between both these clubs. The Maple Leafs are up 2-1 with your goal scorers being Kerfoot and O'Reilly for the Maple Leafs and Lindell for the Panthers. Alexander Barkov loses the draw, and the Maple Leafs bring it up ahead. We are in the first 10 seconds of the second. A couple of Maple Leafs get taken down. Here's the pass and a shot. Score! Alexander Barkov! And here we go. They crawl back from 2-0 down to tie it. It was a giveaway at center ice. The Panthers brought it on in. And the back pass to Barkov, and he rips it glove side on Samsonov. 2-2. And the puck was stolen by Anthony Dunclair. A nice pass. And I don't know how that one got past Samsonov. Went underneath the glove. That was a pretty savable shot in the eyes of a Maple Leaf fan, and I don't blame him. If Allmarker Swayman was allowing a goal like that, I too would be a little frustrated. So there you go. Even though Toronto comes out dominating the opening 10 minutes of this hockey game, 20 minutes later, I guess 10 minutes later, the Panthers side at 2, Alexander Barkov with the goal. The Bruins were able to silence Barkov, but Barkov scores his first goal of the series. He had 2 assists in the Game 1 win, and it looked like he had 4 points against the Bruins in round 1. So even though it seems like he's been kind of quiet, he's actually been an assist machine. And here's a giveaway. Kachuk behind the net, shoves Michael Bunting to the ground. There's still a puck jam on the glove side. Here comes Mitch Marner. Marner the backhand pass, stolen. And here come the Panthers 2-on-1. Pass, Barkov. Kachuk, pass, a shot, score! Forsling! In a minute and 6 seconds, Florida takes the lead. And it's another giveaway. They keep the puck in the zone, clean passing, and Forsling, off a nice setup by Barkov, gives Florida the lead. I can't believe it. Well, how about that for a quick response? Good pass. Kachuk over to Forsling. And he's able to bury it blocker side. Whew. All right. Well, that was quick. If you went back and grabbed a snack and used the restroom, you missed Barkov and Forsling taking the lead for the Panthers. Oh, my God. Here's an icing on Florida. Faceoff will be taken in the Panthers' end. Oh, my God. You can't tell me that's not a Maple Leafs thing to happen. But both of those goals were weak. Like, they were weak. The Barkov one was worse, but again, both goals could have been completely avoided if it wasn't for turning over the puck. That's how Florida beat Boston. They were turning over Boston like crazy, and they couldn't get into the attacking zone. And, well, Florida trying to use that same tactic tonight, and they have the 3-2 lead now in the opening 2 minutes of this second. Here's a quick shot on goal, saved by Samsonov, juicy rebound, and the rebound attempt was blocked by Schenn, and the net is off its moorings, taking the shot attempt there for Florida. Number 15, Anton Lundell, who scored the first goal of this game, the lone goal for the Panthers in the first. Panthers are your cup favorites right now. Well, they beat Toronto and Boston. That's pretty convincing. I don't want to jinx their momentum or anything, but I mean, yeah, I would say that Florida right now, other than maybe Carolina, has the best shot to make it out of the East. And I mean, if you want to talk about gaining respect in this league, beating the Bruins, Maple Leafs, and Hurricanes to make the finals, that would be insane. Of course, Florida, hashtag it's time to hunt, and they're still hunting for their first Stanley Cup since entering the league in, 93? I want to say. Here's a shot on goal by Rico Gudas and a save by Samsonov off the rebound attempt. Back to the blue line. Back over to Gudas. Rico Gudas shot on goal, missed to the blocker side. Kept in. And Marco Giordano gets Gudas off the puck. Here comes, oh man, a stick broke. But Toronto was able to clear it, and up ahead they go. Kerfoot stepping on the brakes. Trying to make a move on it is Toronto. Lafreniere shoots it down low behind the net. Back to the blue line. Brody. Slap shot by Marner. Went over the net. Matthews there on the rebound. And Barkov able to steal it and scoop it out of the attacking zone as we go the length of the rink for an icing. TJ Brody there. 17:09 to go. And, I mean, also, Samsonov, 3 goals allowed on 11 shots. That is not what you want to see, but it's the giveaways that are killing Toronto right now. And Florida, they are just making the most of their efforts. We have had a wild game. If you bet the over on the goals, you probably have already hit. So, Maple Leafs win the draw, and they keep it down low. Barkov shoved to the boards. Bunting tries to find Marner. They keep it alive. Here's Schenna's shot in and out of the glove of Bobrovsky, and the Panthers get the rebound. There was a huge hit on the left-hand boards. Flipped into the zone, and the Panthers will go for a line change. Sam Reinhart lost possession to Schenn. Here comes Schenn. Through center goes Bunting. Bobrovsky leaves his cage, leaves it to Forsling, the man who currently has the separating goal. Up ahead, Ryan O'Reilly lost possession. Nick Cousins keeps it alive, dumps it into the Maple Leaf zone. Samsonov plays it off the glass. Another giveaway. And here comes Cousins. A shot deflected, saved by Samsonov. Oh my goodness. Bobrovsky did almost pull an Allmark at first. Yeah, well, poor Stuart Skinner catching strays right now. Oh boy, need to not look good. We'll see how that game goes tomorrow. Game 2 between the Oilers and the Knights. Or is that Saturday? That's Saturday, my bad. Anyway, here comes Sam Bennett. Passes it up ahead to Cousins. Flips it into the Maple Leafs end. Maple Leafs go D to D, and up ahead they go. Puck taken off of Lafreniere and bringing it into the zone for the Panthers was Lundell. From blade to stick, Panthers keep possession. Lundell a shot and a save made by Samsonov. 15:24 to go, and we'll get a face-off in the Maple Leafs end. And the physicality again picking up here. As Bennett planted Nice. That was back in the first period, I believe, and the physicality has continued to pick up. It looks like we will get a faceoff taken to the blocker side of Samsonov. Leafs win the draw and poke it out to center. Sam Bennett had 7 hits in the first period, as Edit mentioned, and over 40 combined between the two teams. Not much of a rivalry here, other than the fact that they both play in the Atlantic Division, but get another icing here. They are making their first ever playoff series against each other worthwhile. Panthers playoff round against the Bruins. That was their second ever against Boston. They've also played teams like the Islanders and the Penguins and, of course, recently the Lightning in the playoffs. Panthers starting to build history in their young franchise. Panthers win the draw here. Reinhart gets the puck taken off of him, and Tavares tries to poke it through center, and that's what he does. Into the Panthers end. Ekblad off the boards. A giveaway to Nylander. Here's a shot by Morgan Riley off the post and trickles through the crease and wide. Wow, Toronto wicked unlucky there. Backhanded safely into the zone by Luosterainen, and out to center go the Maple Leafs. Around the boards, Mitch Marner, first to get there. He falls down. Crowd wants a penalty. They do not get one. 3-on-3 goes Florida. Backhanded into the zone. Samsonov slows it down. Around the boards to TJ Brody. Brody up ahead. Matthews. Connection pass there. Wrist shot. Save Bobrovsky. And look at this. McCabe and Colin White going at it after the whistle. That was a nice tip on goal by William Nylander, and just bounced off the post. Forsling did a nice job making sure that puck didn't trickle in by any sorts. Looked like it could have bounced off of Bobrovsky's behind and in, but that wasn't the case. That was 2 goals in 20 seconds for the Panthers. Appreciate that stat edit. Panthers win the draw here. Ekblad will backhand it ahead. Barkov on patrol as the Maple Leafs will bring it up ahead. Mitch Marner bounces it off the boards. In a race with it is Marner, and he's able to steal it from Forsling. Bounces off the side of the net, and Bobrovsky smothers. Pucks have been taking weird bounces all game long, and that's the case for the Panthers. It was Barkov, then it was Forsling. 3-2 as we hit our first commercial break of the second period. Shocked by how quickly these games change in a turn of a dime. It's ridiculous. All right, we'll quickly take a look at some MLB scores from earlier today. I got them up now. The Red Sox are currently beating the Blue Jays 8-4. Oh, shocker. The Red Sox bullpen is making that game look closer than what it should be. The Braves defeated the Marlins 6-3. Mariners defeated the Athletics 5-3. The Rockies defeated the Brewers 9-6. Twins beat the White Sox 7-3. Orioles beat the Royals 13-10. Angels defeat the Cardinals 11-7. Rays beat the Pirates 3-2. Tigers beat the Mets 2-0. And the Nationals beat the Cubs 4-3. And of course, NBA playoff action starting at 9 o'clock on ESPN. Lakers Warriors game 2 from Golden State. And I do expect Golden State to bounce back in, win the next 2 games. Then Lakers win game 4, tying the series up at 2. I have Golden State winning in 6. I guess yesterday, since I did my NHL playoff predictions, I guess I could do my NBA ones as well. I have the Nuggets beating the Suns in 6. I have the Warriors defeating the Lakers in 6. I have the Celtics over the 76ers. I almost want to say in 5 based off of how last night went, but I'll be nice to the Sixers, and I'll say I think this is being more cruel, but I got Celtics in 7 right now. And then what's the other series? Heat, Knicks in 6. But I would not be shocked at all if Miami won that series. All right, we're at a commercial break. I mean, look at South Florida go. You have the Panthers in the second round, the Heat in the second round, the Jaguars, Dolphins, and Buccaneers all making the playoffs. The Rays were the best team in the AL at one point. I think they still are record-wise. I mean, damn, that's pretty good for Florida sports right now, wouldn't you say? Panthers win the draw. Mark Stahl tries to send it through center, but Shen will skate back in his own zone and bounce it off the boards. Mark Stahl and the Panthers shoot it back into Toronto's end. Sampson off the backhand pass. And that goes all the way down the length of the river. And icing is called as Montour beats out Bunting to the puck. So we got face-off taken back in Toronto's end. Paul Maurice has to be thrilled with how his team has performed in this second period. With the 2 goals in 20 seconds, and now they've continued that offensive onslaught on a huge hit by Aaron Ekblad in the Maple Leaf zone, and the physicality again continuing to pick up here. Bunting shoves it into the Panthers zone. Ekblad tries to poke it free. Ryan O'Reilly gains possession. Bunting around the boards. Here's Shen with it now. Around the boards, Tkachuk to Nick Cousins. Nick Cousins turns around, finds Forsling. Backhander off the board. Shen plays it forward for Tkachuk. Trying to poke it ahead is Kerfoot. The Panthers have it now. D to D pass. Gudas up ahead to Tkachuk. Tkachuk will dump it in. Hit in the corner boards. Around the boards now. Kerfoot. Off the boards. Florida's shot deflected. And they maintain possession around the boards. Centering pass didn't connect to Ekblad, and now Panthers will regain the puck and move up ice once again. Quick passing here by the Panthers. They have, I don't want to say ragging the puck, but they have been making quick passes and upping their time in the attacking zone here. Here's a shot taken from the right wing boards. That shot's blocked. Mark Stahl keeps it in. A nice pass, wrist shot, just deflected wide. Lindell around the boards. Florida really keeping possession. Lindell again behind the net. Tavares working on him. Around the boards. Shen hit hard. Going on in. Here's a pass and a shot saved by Samsonov. Stahl keeps it down low at the side of the net. Oh my goodness, Colin White almost had a tap in. Remains 3-2. Deflection on goal. Saved by Samsonov again. That time he didn't even know the puck was coming his way. Up come the Maple Leafs 2-on-2. And that didn't amount to much. A shot on goal by Tavares. Turned aside easily by Bobrovsky. Brandon Montour hit by Kempf. Puck jam on the left wing boards. Lafreniere, Kempf, and Tavares, the forwards out there. Now Tavares goes for a line change to get that third line out there. Background, this is my very messy basement at the moment. That's my background. As that puck goes around the boards. And the Maple Leafs will lose possession again. Gudas off the boards. Doesn't touch Samsonov, so icing is called. Let's see, I have like a punching bag right there. Like sports cards on the wall up there. All this in the back. That's all NASCAR's. Brad Keselowski stand. Jaguars helmet, as you can see right there. Yeah. It's safe to say that me and my dad love to collect NASCARs. Anyway, Panthers will bring it up ahead. I want to do a NASCAR race soon. I could do one Sunday, but I'm probably going to wait till the NHL and NBA playoffs are over. But I'm kind of waiting for the right track, but I do want to do a NASCAR broadcast this summer. We'll see what happens. But 10-10 to go in the second. And yes, for those who don't know, I love NASCAR. I try to watch as many races as I can. I've commentated many races before, so it wouldn't be my first rodeo. It'd be my first time this season broadcasting a race, but I broadcasted like 5 or 6 races last year, and the year before that I did like 6 or 7. TJ Brody steps on the brakes as we are officially halfway through regulation. Maple Leaf gets taken down behind the net. We have yet to have a penalty in the second period. TJ Brody behind the net. We'll pass it over. Maple Leafs will bring it up ahead. McNabb off the boards, or McCabe, excuse me. Bobrovsky sends it for Forsling. Up ahead it goes. It bounces off of Tkachuk. No icing. And the Maple Leafs will bring it up ahead again. Giordano, the pass to John Tavares. Tavares squeezes his way through around the boards. Tavares back over. Liljegren off the boards behind the net. Nylander steps on the brake. Centering pass for Tavares. What a save by Bobrovsky. Bang, bang play. And he said absolutely not. That was a tremendous save. Nylander can't keep the puck, and here come the Panthers the other way. Oh, my God. What a save by Bobrovsky there. One end to the other. Save by Samsonov. Rebound, another save. Centering pass for Reinhart. Reinhart gets it back. Circles with it. Montour to help out his teammate. O'Reilly tries to chip it off the boards. Here comes Nylander. Flips it in to the glove side of Bobrovsky, and that's where Mark Stahl has it. I know Sam wasn't here earlier, Cooper. I'm not sure if Sam's still here or not now. He probably comes in and out. That's what I do. If I'm not streaming and he's broadcasting, I come in and out. Say hi, stick around for a few minutes, and probably once it goes to commercial, I tune out for a little bit, and then like if the game's close, I'll come back in. Probably what he's doing, something along the lines of that. Puck bounces off the boards. Oh, nice check there by, couldn't tell who that was. It was one of the Maple Leaf defensemen. Kerfoot at the side of the net, poking away at it. Good save by Bobrovsky. Puck comes back out to the blue line. TJ Brody blocked by Stahl. Loose puck. Florida able to clear, and that's a safe clear by Zach Delpy. Off the boards. And keeping possession, avoiding the offsides. That was Sam Lafferty. Shoots into the zone. Gudas clears it. It bounces off a Maple Leaf stick. Brody will get back to it. Connor Verhaeghe there to pressure him a little bit. Puck will bounce past Gudas. Bobrovsky to the left-handed defenseman. Up ahead goes Rico Gudas. Through center. Shoots it in around the boards. Maple Leafs are there to have it. They lost possession, though. Barkov, he has Verhaeghe to his right, didn't pass it to him, and Austin Matthews comes away with it. Backhand pass. Brody, backhand to Liljegren. Liljegren to Matthews. Dumps it in. Bobrovsky plays it aside for Forsling. He takes a check by Matthews. Matthews loses his stick. Up ahead, Sam Bennett. A spinorama. He couldn't gain possession. Here come the Maple Leafs. From blade to stick. Here comes Marner. Off the glass, Morgan Riley, D to D. Forsling has possession, dumps it in from center ice, around the boards. It bounces off a Tkachuk stick. Up ahead goes Toronto, 2-on-2. Tavares, the pass. He couldn't get the pass over in time to Kerfoot. Kerfoot now side the net. Backhand pass. Nylander missed. Rebound misses wide to the glove side. Toronto now upping. Oh, a broken stick by Brody. Well, the time on attack time has increased dramatically for Toronto, but they got to tie up this hockey game. Nylander waits. Shot off the post. And it may have clipped a Panther. Uh-oh, he's hurt. He is hurt. Puck is in the attacking zone. Oh, my goodness. I can't see who that is. Oh, dear. Blood is coming off the nose, making his way to the bench. That is Josh Mahora, the defenseman. Oh, my God. That shot may have actually clipped him in the head. Blood is gushing. Wow. That is number 28, the defenseman, Josh Mahura, 24 years old. I want to say he blocked a shot. He did. Wow. Let's see. Puck. Oh, that looked like it may have hit him in the eye. Obviously, the glass shield on the helmet prevented what could have been a serious injury. I mean, blood was drawn, but there's nothing Toronto could do. There was a shot on goal and missed wide to the blocker side of Bobrovsky, and it just completely accidental. Hit Josh Mahura in the face. It wasn't deflected or anything. Nylander shot on goal. Oh, man. That's awful. And I shouldn't be laughing, but Tavares thought they scored. And so he's going, yeah. I'm like, no, you didn't score. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That is so unfortunate. That is 1 in a million right there for Mahura. That's just unfortunate. Wrong place, wrong time. Referees are talking it over with the penalty box, but, I mean, what can you really call there? That was completely accidental. Can't call a penalty there on Toronto, though, of course, the blood was drawn. That's just a freak accident. So now Toronto, or rather Florida, is down to 5 defensemen, and it'll be interesting to see, as we head to commercial break, it'll be interesting to see who comes in next game. We could be looking at Mike Benning as a potential replacement. But, of course, right now, Mahura's return is questionable, but that's probably just because the injury occurred. So I'll keep you guys an update on Josh Mahura whenever I get one. Or if you guys hear before me and I haven't mentioned it yet, please feel free to comment in the chat. Hopefully he's all right. I mean, if Mark Barron got 70-something staples and came back to the game, we'll see if Josh Mahura has that playoff warrior mentality and comes back out for the third period. But obviously, if you got to get your stitches first, get your stitches. Again, Kraken Stars later tonight at 9:30. Lakers Warriors at 9. And the Red Sox beating the Blue Jays 8-4 right now in the top of the 8th as the lone MLB game on right now. I'm kind of shocked that all the games today were afternoon games. I don't know why that was the case. As I mentioned yesterday during my Celtics 76ers stream, once the NHL and NBA playoffs do conclude, I will make an effort to at least broadcast 1 to 2 MLB games a week with Mass Pirates and other potential stuff I might want to do. I think my friend Keegan, I commentated a soccer game with him this year on campus. He's a big New England Revolution fan, so he wants to come over sometime this summer and broadcast a Revolution game with me, so that might even be in the works. But that's all just future planning. Now, Barkov and Matthews will go off for the face-off as we head out commercial break. Barkov wins the draw, but the Maple Leafs keep possession. Matthews had it, lost it. Riley will pass it to Shen. Here comes Shen. Up ahead to Matthews. Matthews or rather Riley was tangled up there with Mark Stahl, and Riley gives him a little cross-check to say, hey, don't do that. Here is Verhage. He gets taken down, and we have yet to have a penalty in this game. Well, in this period, we had 2 early power plays for Toronto that capitalized on one. That was when O'Reilly scored the second and most previous goal for Toronto. Brody, back to Matthews, and now we have a Maple Leaf down low and an additional cross-check. Oh, my goodness. There is a delayed penalty. Michael Bunting getting punished in front of the Panthers net. Oh, my goodness. I'm like, why aren't the referees calling the penalty? But there it is. Delayed penalty now. So once Florida touches the puck, we get our first power play of the period. Pass out in front. Another Maple Leaf taken down. And things are getting chippy now. Ryan O'Reilly and Matthew Tkachuk want to go at it. To the power play, the Maple Leafs go. Sam Bennett looks to be the one going to the box. Yeah, it was a cross-check on Bunting, and look at this. Bunting's been on the ground for about 5-6 seconds. Bunting tries to get back up. An additional cross-check to the back. I was like, what in the world is that about? So we're heading to our last commercial break of the period. Maple Leafs will go on the power play. Go St. Louis? Yes, sir. Well, I mean, yeah. The MLS is the only thing I remotely pay attention to soccer-wise, so we'll see what happens. I like classic soccer names. Yeah, like City, United, FC, or SC, much before the North American sports names. Yeah. I mean, surely they got to be more entertaining to watch than the Cardinals right now, right? Right? That's weird. How the Pirates are top of the NL Central and the Cardinals are in last. That's weird. Maybe you guys trade Adam Wainwright to a contender at the deadline because he's retiring after this year, so maybe he goes out as a champ or something. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get into soccer like a little bit, but we'll see. I mean, again, if my buddy Keegan ever comes over, I mean, soccer's his wheelhouse, so I'll help him broadcast a soccer game on the channel. But I don't know. I did do some MLS playoff commentaries, but that was back during COVID when the only sports were on was literally wrestling and NASCAR. So I'm kind of like, well, I might go back and do one during the summer. We'll see. Cardinals are on a 6-game losing streak. That sucks. No, I know. The Red Sox started off the season terrible too. And now they're ahead of the Yankees in the standings, right? So you never know. It still is early. If the Cardinals, if they catch fire and go on like a 6-7 game winning streak, they're like kind of near 500 again. So again, if you guys go on a couple of big winning streaks, yeah, you have the chance to still make the playoffs. But the Pirates and the Brewers, that'll be a nice race to watch all season. Both young teams. Pirates up and coming, especially. I got to see the Pirates last month when they beat the Red Sox 4-1. That was the game itself was boring, but it was fun because I never went to a Pittsburgh Pirates game before, so it was cool to see the Pirates in person. Maple Leafs on the power play for the next minute and a half. Sam Bennett in the box for cross-checking. Here comes Austin Matthews. Matthews off the boards. And he lost it to Aaron Ekblad, and Ekblad will clear to center. Morgan Riley dumps it back over to Marner. Mitch Marner goes on in through center. Tries to go around 3 white jerseys. A giveaway. A bad turnover by Tavares, and Florida clears. Down to a minute already on their power play. Riley works it up ahead. shielding the puck, working his way through center. A backhand pass. Marner, another backhand pass. That one's over to Matthews. Flipped into the zone by Nylander. Round the boards, Tavares. Back to the blue line, Giordano. Nylander, wrist shot, save, rebound over the net. Matthews with the rebound attempt. Giordano again to Nylander. From blade to stick he goes. Back to Giordano, a shot deflected high and wide by Tavares. Nylander, low pass off the boards to Marner. Back to Nylander, centering pass. Matthews, another nice save by Bobrovsky. He's standing on his head right now. He hasn't allowed a goal since the 14-minute mark of the first period, give or take. He is playing lights out. And he's made about 18 straight saves as well. Mark Giordano, as the power play expires. Power plays in the series 7-1 in favor of Toronto. Their power play's been all right this playoffs, but they are 1 for 3 now tonight. Giordano gets a crunching hit by Tkachuk. Panthers go back to the blue line. Forsling keeps in the zone. Tkachuk tries to make a move around Giordano, and he leaves it for Bennett. Maple Leafs clear, and it's out of play. 2:02 to go in the second. Cardinals trade Goldschmidt, Arenado, and others. I think they could get a whole team back. That's supposed to be this bad, yeah. It's rough, but I mean, if you guys are going to start rebuilding mode and you guys do trade like Arenado and Goldschmidt, like you get like top 10 prospects for those two players alone. So like, if you want to rebuild and just get like a bunch of top prospects from a couple of teams, why not? Like the unbalanced schedule more than the divisional games, yeah. Verhaeghe to take the draw against Kemp, and Kemp wins the draw. Maple Leafs clear. Bobrovsky will smother as Liljegren approached the crease. Or actually, that was Lafferty. Excuse me. Nearing the end of the second period. Again, stick with us here on this second intermission report. I will be recapping sports news from the last 48 hours or so, give or take. And I don't know. I might do Sporticle. I might do Hurdle. I might do a quick round of Hurdle, and then if we have, we will have time after. So then I might do another short Sporticle quiz afterwards. Around the net, save made by Morgan Riley. Oh, Morgan Riley was shot on goal, saved by Bobrovsky. Josh Mahura, still questionable to return. Again, he suffered that injury at 14-13 of this period. Anthony Dunclair shielding the puck, passing it around the boards for Aaron Ekblad, who pokes it. Morgan Riley steals. Flipped it past center ice. Forsling off the boards for Hagee. Flipped into the zone by Lundell. Lundell lost the puck to Brody. They chop for it in midair. O'Reilly off the boards to Shen. Shen up ahead to Lafferty. Nothing accumulates. Down to the final 55 seconds of period 2. Lundell lost the puck at center. Brody D to D. TJ Brody, 32 years old. The quick pass over to his right side. Jake McCabe shoots it into the Panthers zone, but Florida quickly regains possession and shoots it back out. Oh, and just got word that, thank you, Edit, I didn't realize that Nias is out for the rest of the game, so Maple Leafs losing a bottom six center there. Nick Cousins off the stick and out to center. Toronto for the final 10 seconds. They bounce it off the boards. And one last rush for the Panthers. Sam Bennett's shot missed the glove side. Tavares takes a check. Here's the pass. Tkachuk couldn't get the shot off. But Toronto, because they tripped up Tkachuk, they're going to be penalized for that. Austin Matthews irate with himself. He tripped up Tkachuk, with literally a second remaining in the period. And that's a blatant trip, too. So the Panthers will open up the third on the power play. And that could be huge. Absolute difference maker right there. Maple Leafs, again, real close with some of these chances, but just haven't been able to score. And all right. Let's get into some of these sports stories here. It's been quite an eventful past couple of days for sports. I'll begin with yesterday morning. Yeah, that works. Second intermission right now. We're going to recap some sports news again. If you haven't already, go follow Fletcher Sports Zone 2 on Instagram. I do my best to post daily sports news, college and my job in a couple of weeks. I'll kind of get involved with it, but, I'll still be posting as often as I can, all right? No promises. Jets signed wide receiver Randall Cobb to a one-year deal. So how funny, Aaron Rodgers, the trade finally goes through, and Randall Cobb does officially go to the Jets. I think that's pretty funny, honestly. Best of luck, New York Packers. Ravens signed quarterback Rocky Sin to a one-year contract worth up to $6 million. I'm kind of shocked he hasn't been signed sooner, and I really wanted the Jaguars to get him, but they love to sit on their anus and do nothing. So he goes to the Ravens, who also need cornerback help. Bengals signed Trevor Siemian one-year deal, backup Joe Burrow. Jets get another decent defensive player, Al Woods for the defensive line. The Cubs traded catcher Luis Torrens to the Orioles in exchange for cash, and Baltimore then DFA Joey Carbelli on the corresponding move. The Chiefs signed left tackle Donovan Smith to a one-year contract worth up to $9 million. Rams signed my boy Brett Rippon to a one-year deal. Listen, Brett Rippon's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL. He just has been. I loved him when he was with Boise State, and I've just followed his career pretty much since 2019 at Boise State. He done well with the Broncos in his 4 years there, and now he's signing with the Rams to back up Matthew Stafford. Of course, Vegas won last night. Now we head on to today news. Looks like our only college headline of the day. Michigan power forward / center Hunter Dixon transferred to University of Kansas for his senior year. Browns signed free safety Ronnie McLeod. Mark Burowski, former defenseman there for the Senators and the Predators, retired today at 33 years old. Kyle, this comment. Go look up Brett Rippon's wife, Laura Rippon. If you know, you know. Smoking. He ain't capping. He's making fun of me, Kyle, but smoking hot lady right there. All right. Anyways. Dexter Lawrence re-signing with the Giants. 4 years, $90 million, $60 million guaranteed. I love this signing. I know, Eagles fans and Cowboys fans are going to be like, the Giants overpaid for a guy. But they didn't really. Lawrence has been an amazing defensive tackle the last 2 years. He made the Pro Bowl last season. I give him his payday. Why not? And the biggest news of today, other than, I guess, Lawrence, is the Bucs firing Mike Budenholzer as their head coach, which is crazy because, of course, the Bucs lost in 5, and they made a quick move, and that was firing their head coach after he won Coach of the Year and a championship for him. All right. Viewer discretion advised for what I'm about to show. Don't worry, it's not that bad. But if you know where I'm going with this, you know where I'm going with this. Okay, this is a good picture. So for those who don't know who Laura Rippon looks like, here you go. This is my, if you will, NFL wife dream crush thing we got going on. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. When I was researching about Brett Rippon, I'm like, oh, cool, he's had a girlfriend since college. And I'm like, yo, who's this? Absolute queen right here. But anyway. Let's just Sporkle. Oh boy. Anyway, I did not have that on my bingo card showing Laura Rippon on my channel. Yeah, no, I mean, it's funny because I followed Brett Rippon when he was in college. I really liked his style of play. When he made the Broncos roster in 2019, I was so thrilled for the guy. So, I was looking at his Instagram. I did more research on him, and I'm like, wow, who's this? All right, we'll do another NHL Sporkle quiz here. I want to do NHL playoffs quiz. We should do playoffs since it literally is the playoffs. And then I'll probably take a little break after this. But we'll see what happens here. Okay. Goalie tandems for the 2012 NHL playoffs. I want to do this one because 2012 playoffs. This was like the playoff. Well, 2011 was the first playoffs I watched, but I'm going to be frank. I only watched the Bruins during the 2011 playoffs. 2012 was when I started to watch like every team. This is going to be an absolute blast. This is going to be a joy. This is going to be an absolute joy. Let's go with it, right? So Thomas, no. Rask, no. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Whoa. Goalie tandems of the 2012 NHL playoffs. Can you name the goalies in the... And Thomas? Hello? Like a Rene on here? Rene, no. Mike Smith. Corey Crawford. Jonathan Quick. Supposed to do like Thomas Rask. Get that quiz. How dare you get my hopes up? I feel like you do like franchise leaders a lot. Let's do... Oh, I like this one. 2021 NHL playoff overtime goal scores. This is going to be a little wonky because this was back when, Carolina played Nashville in the playoffs, and 2021 was a weird time for everything, but especially hockey. All right, let's go with Craig Smith, the wraparound. It's over. Craig Smith. Oh, my God. If y'all remember me broadcasting Bruins Capitals Game 3 2021, I appreciate you because that means you are an OG if you remember that broadcast. I stayed up until 11 o'clock broadcasting that game. Oh, my God, was it awesome. I'm pretty sure I just clipped on this just to do that. I know Marchand scored games 2 and game 3 against the Capitals and Islanders. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how much further we're gonna go. Jeez. Wait a minute. I know. I'm Terry Lehkonen. I'm gonna spell Lehkonen. That's my issue. That's always my issue is the spelling when it comes to this. Off. Hurricane. Stall. Nope. Stall. Oh, Jordan Stall. There we go. Let's see. I won game one. Was it McDowd? It was. I remember broadcasting that game too. That was terrible. Who's the Islanders' goal scorer? It was like a defenseman, I thought. Anders Lee. Villiers. Okay, this sounded easy on paper. It's not. Josh Anderson, I'll get him. Panthers game 3. And Bennett? 2020 and 2021 playoffs, man. What weird times those were where we had like the bubble, which like wasn't the official playoffs, but it was the playoffs because they had like enough points to like make it. Think about it this way. If the playoff contending bubble happened this year, the Sabres would have had a chance to make the playoffs. I mean, yeah, these are all decent guesses like Suzuki, Mark Stone, but it's just like I can't really come up with that. Joel Eriksson, Duchesne, Connor. It was Zizekas. I was thinking Casey Zizekas. I tried typing in Bavillier. I was too lazy to type it in. I knew he scored that game against Tampa Bay. I broadcasted that game. I remember Josh Bailey too. That game was in double overtime. It's like now that like I see the goal scores, I'm like, oh yeah. Like now I'm like Kotkaniemi up game 6 against Toronto. Turnover. Steve Dangle had a heart attack. Yep. I remember that one. Okay, we're going to do something even more hard, but this is fun. 2014 NHL playoff goal scorers. Again, I want to do good on this one, so let's see here. Kopitar, Dustin Brown, Justin Williams, LA, who had 14 goals for the Kings. Good God, Doughty? He's on there. Subban's going to be on there. Chara, Lucic, Marchand. No Marchand. Bergeron? Yep. Every single goal scorer. This is awesome. Tyler Seguin. Ben. Crosby, Malkin, Letang, Nash, St. Louis, Kane, Taves, Hossa, Patrick Sharp. Oh my gosh, Sharp. Let's see here. Ducks, Corey Perry, Getzlaff, Silverberg. Oh, really? Really? Jakob Silverberg? No. Cam Fowler, probably. Nope. Sammy Vatanen. Oh, that's a name. Montreal. Oh, Pacioretty, probably. Yep. Copying and pasting a lot of names. This real quickly. Just an applicator. I guess just an applicator score. I spelled that wrong. Alec Martinez. That would have been awful if I didn't get Alec Martinez. He literally scored the Stanley Cup winning goal in the flipping finals. Oh, excuse me. Martinez scored 5. Good for him. Jared Stoll. Green. No, I guess not McGreen. Keith. Seabrook. Did the Flyers make the playoffs? They did. Wow, nobody on Philly scored, though. Voracek. Spell Jacob Voracek. And Claude Giroux. I didn't even know spell both. That reminds me, I bet the Panthers wish they had Claude Giroux right now. If only he didn't leave for Ottawa, they'd be cooking right now. Giroux. Jacob Voracek. I really wanted to do that 2012 starting goalies, but unfortunately I didn't know how to type it in, so I just left it be. Wayne Simmons to score, really? How about Matt Carl? He's on there. One for Tampa. Sammy Salo played for Tampa at the time, too. And now, how about Stamkos? Yep. Callahan. It's not Sharks. Brian Boyle. Oh, yeah, he's on there. Thornton. Actually, probably got Brian Boyle. Pavelski. Nope. How about... This is awful. How do you spell hockey names? Like, this is actually terrible. Joe Pavelski, who's still tearing it up, scored 4 goals the other night, if you didn't know. Reverse sweep year for the Kings. This was awesome. Sure. Orton. Blues. Did Barrett Jackman score one? He did. Who else? David Backes. Terrible Bruin, but like him as a hockey player overall, but he was terrible Bruin. Terrible. Pat Maroon scored for the Ducks. Hey, look at that. Pat Maroon scored for the Ducks. Wherever he is. He has 2 goals. Attaboy. We got Parise, Suter, Charlie Coyle for the Wild. Oh, there he is, Charlie Coyle, 3. Anyone else? Probably Koivu. Yep. Marco Scandella's on here. I'm pulling random names out of here. Your Ferentz, was he on here at this point? Probably not. Boychuk. Boychuk's on here. Frazier, Matt Frazier. Where's Matt Frazier? For the game-winning goal in game 3 or 4 against Montreal, I think it was game 3. Eating frozen yogurt while getting called up from the Providence Bruins. What a fun quiz this is. This is a fun quiz. We're about to start the third, so I'm going to wrap it up here. I got 44 with 13, but sometimes I got way more. Mary Gabrick led the league. I would have never guessed that in a million years. Oh, Patrick Marleau for the Sharks. That would have been a good guess. Patrick Marleau. Yeah, how did I not guess Patrick Marleau when I was on the Sharks players? No idea. But anyway, as I mentioned, Austin Matthews with the tripping. So the Panthers do begin the third period on the power play. They got a minute and a half on their power play now, 30 seconds into the third period. Up ahead, Sam Bennett passes it back, and the Panthers, though on the power play, not doing a great job. Kenzie Weegar. 0 for 1 the power play in game 1. Tripped along by Tkachuk. Matthews should be suspended for that. The trip, give him a 2-minute penalty. Maybe a fine if you want to. I don't think a suspension. That wasn't suspension worthy, in my opinion. It was a completely unnecessary trip, and that's where I get maybe the fine, but not the trip, or not a suspension. Ekblad delivers a check behind the net, but the Panthers, Giveaway. Verhaeghe shoots save. Samsonov loose puck. Cleared out by Toronto. Absolutely disgusting. I agreed. It was very unnecessary and it was very blatant. 5 games for sure. Well, now you're pulling my leg. I was thinking, maybe 1 at first, but now you're pulling my leg. 5 for that? Even as a tired Bruin fan, I would question. Here's a one-timer by Verhaeghe. His stick explodes. Montour keeps the puck in the zone. It bounces off of Kachuk's stick. Ekblad down low to Kachuk. As about 2 seconds squander off the power play shot. Misses the glove side. We are back to 5-on-5. Shot on goal by Lindell is smothered by Samsonov and will get a face-off to his blocker side. So Toronto hasn't scored since the first, and the Panthers haven't scored since the opening 2 minutes of the second. We seem to have goals in bunches here in Toronto, where a couple of goals are scored, and then apparently we don't score goals for in a long time. Of course, the Panthers won game 1 4-2, and if all stays the same and they get an empty netter or something along the lines of that, we'll have back-to-back victories by the same margin. Panthers won the drop. The Maple Leafs tried to clear it. Florida just shoots it on goal, and Samsonov turns it aside to his left. Off the boards, here comes Mark Giordano. Giordano, Marner. Back to Giordano. Florida able to jump on the loose puck and clear it. Here's an attempt by the Maple Leafs. The backhander by Giordano goes wide through the crease. Matthews to Riley, D to D, back to Riley. Riley tried to make a move on a defenseman, couldn't do it. Panthers shoot the puck back in the zone, but that's what Florida has to do here. Keep on killing time. It's been working all second period. Puck bounces off the glass, stays in play. Ancroft couldn't get to it. Here come the Panthers the other way, 3-on-3. Round the net. Kachuk, centering pass by Cousins. Saves Samsonov, loose puck. Kachuk on top of it. That shot is no good. Morgan Riley was on top of Samsonov. Get off your goalie. What are you doing? Up the other way goes Toronto. Tavares in alone in a blocker save by Bobrovsky. Huge save. Bobrovsky's coming up huge these last few games. Dating back to a Boston series, he's been playing lights out. Please lose. Who's going to be the scapegoat for game 2? Yep, game 1 was Nylander. Game 2, Matthews, maybe? I don't know. Who's going to be the scapegoat? That's a good question. Not Ryan O'Reilly, John Tavares, or Alexander Kerfoot, or Morgan Riley. I think those 4 should be slander free. All 4 of those guys are playing their hearts out right now, but Matthews and Marner, they've had shots on goal and scoring attempts, but they haven't done a whole lot right now. D-to-D pass from McCabe. Jake McCabe, former Buffalo Sabre and Chicago Blackhawk, sends it up ahead. Puck bounces off of Ekblad. Gudas on top of the puck. Kempf tries to get it. So both players down to man. Panthers down defenseman. Maple Leafs down to forward. Puck bounces off O'Reilly's stick into the Maple Leafs zone and behind the Maple Leafs net. O'Reilly pokes it forward and getting tripped up. And no call there, as it was Noah Chari, the man who slipped on the ice. Backhand pass by Riley. Nylander cuts through. Nylander tried to shield the puck. He loses possession. And the Panthers try to clear. They couldn't. Giordano shot's blocked. Verhaeghe picks up the rebound. Shoots it off the boards. You see Matthews getting clowned on Twitter. Well, hope that ain't the case, but he ain't performing well this series so far. Here's Riley, D to D to Shen. Shen bounces it off the boards. And now, in the puck jam, Morgan Riley moves up ahead. Bunting. O'Reilly. Chops it into the Panthers zone. Mitch Marner. Here's a pass. Matthews just shot. Blocked by Florida. Matthews gets the rebound. Shot on goal is blocked again. TJ Brody. Back to Matthews. Back to Brody. Marner's one-timer deflects off Mackenzie Weegar's stick. It explodes in half, but it'll go down as a block shot. Here's Matthews. Tries to go 5-0. Saved by Bobrovsky. In the rebound, Bobrovsky thought he smothered it up. Puck still loose. Bunting. Matthews around the boards. Florida gets it and clears it out to center. They get their scoring chances. Just can't capitalize on them. Puck bounces off the boards. TJ Brody off the wall. Up ahead, here comes McCabe, who sends it up the right wing. Pass to Tavares. Tavares goes on in. No wrist shot. Saved by Bobrovsky. And the Maple Leafs get on the rebound. Here's a shot blocked by Ekblad. And Ekblad will clear it only to the blue line. Nylander keeps it in. Nice deke. Nylander wrist shot up and over the net. Bounced off the crossbar, I believe. Out to center. And the Maple Leafs will gain possession once more. The offensive attack is there. It's just Bobrovsky's playing fantastic right now. Kerfoot. Loses possession. Florida will try to clear it. And, of course, the Maple Leafs are saying it went out of play. It went out of play. Well, I don't think that was the case. And so we'll head to our first commercial break of the period, where it is still 3-2 Florida. I'll be right back in just a sec. I'm not even going to put up the Floodster thing. I'll be right back in just a sec. Aha. There we go. I'm having my phone charged since the start of the broadcast. It's at 100 now. And the Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 11-5. Completing the 4-game sweep. Good for them. So dominating in every category, we're still losing. Yep. That's pretty much what's happening right now. Can't even believe that the Maple Leafs are losing this game. This is just not a game that they should lose. Yet it is because they suck. Oh, Flames rescinded trade. Wow, that's crazy. So because Daryl Sutter got fired by the Flames earlier this week, now a lot of Flames who requested trades, they just rescinded them. So that's pretty interesting. Goes to show you that they just weren't a big fan. All right. Lindell taking the face off against Tavares here as we head out of commercial break. Horrible management. Yeah, this does seem awfully familiar. Back to when they used to play the Bruins in the playoffs back in 2018, 2019. Here's a shot on goal missed wide. Toronto, they dominated the majority of those games that the Bruins ended up winning. It's crazy. Trevor, your best guys just had their career years at the end of their primes. Yeah, not good. Here comes Nylander, a shot on goal, save, and the rebound by Yancroft goes wide. They were going crazy in the first 8 minutes, but now Toronto can't buy a goal. Florida scored 3 unanswered to take the 3-2 lead. Nylander out in front. That one trickles wide. I feel like one's going in soon, though, and I'm not even trying to announce or jinx anything. I genuinely think one's going in soon. Preferably for the Maple Leafs is what I'm thinking, but hey, maybe the Panthers get an insurance goal, right? Panthers love playing one-goal hockey. That's how they played against the Bruins for half of their series. From blade to stick, here comes Anthony Dunclair. He loses the puck. Brought out and cleared. McCabe back from his own zone. Nick Cousins on patrol. McCabe tries to pass it through the middle. Puck is deflected back into the Maple Leaf zone where TJ Brody grabs it. Brody off the boards. Pass by Bunting over to Matthews. Matthews. Quick pass. A shot by Marner missed. Here's an idea for Toronto. Switching up the lines. Jim Montgomery, Bruins coach, he ain't afraid to switch up lines in the middle of a game. And I feel like Toronto, they're losing momentum. They're sucking off each other's own chemistry. They're canceling out because I think you got to change something up here. I would put Marner, Tavares, and Bunting on the first line, demote Matthews down to the second. Maybe even Kerfoot bumps up a line with Matthews and Nylander at that point. I don't know. I'm just spitballing potential lines out here. As the Panthers will shoot on in. Samsonov plays it to the left-hand side. Morgan Riley will send it up ahead. Puck deflected off a Panther stick. And up ahead goes Weegar. Kenzie Weegar shoots it in. Samsonov plays it aside. Off the boards. Riley sends it ahead. Maple Leaf gets taken down. Nylander loses possession entering into the zone. Another avoidable turnover turns into another turnover. Quick pass. Deflected back. Here's McCabe. To O'Reilly. It bounced off his skate. He races for it. Icing called. Oh, I don't think so. And O'Reilly's shaking his head. I didn't think that was icing at all. I thought O'Reilly clearly won the race to the puck. Well, there's your scapegoat edited. Referees. There's your scapegoat. Oh, dear Lord. There's your scapegoat. That wasn't an icing. And face-off won by the Maple Leafs. Dumped into the zone by Tkachuk. From blade to stick off the boards. Moving up with it the other way now. Here comes number 22, Jake McCabe. I don't know why I've been blanking on McCabe's name a lot tonight. Here's Matthews. The pass to McCabe, and that shot's blocked. Rebound to Matthews. Over to Marner. Mitch Marner back to McCabe. He fakes the shot. Mitch Marner. Pass. McCabe. Out in front for Matthews. I don't know why I didn't pass it back. They're turning into the Bruins. Shoot the puck. Don't pass. Shoot. That's why I always say when the Bruins are on, stop trying to play Harlem Globetrotters. Shoot the puck. From blade to stick, here comes Dunclair. A shot that's blocked on the way to the net. Flipped up to center. Off the boards. Here comes Dunclair. Anthony Dunclair. That shot deflects it off of Giordano's skate and out of play. All right. Oh, commercial break. How fun. Kneeling voice. The league hates the Leafs and Canadian teams. That's why they rig games against us Canadian teams, with the refs helping the American teams every time. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And the funny thing is, the Oilers don't have the depth to go anywhere, and the Maple Leafs are just losing. They're literally outplaying the Panthers, dominating the second half of the second and practically all of the third, resulting in nothing. They scored the first 2 goals. They've allowed a couple of goals based off some horrible, avoidable turnovers. And they're going to blame the refs for everything. Even though the Panthers have had one power play, which was completely Austin Matthews' fault. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what you do here, but oh my gosh, look at the crowd outside Maple Leaf Gardens. They were ecstatic when it was 2-0, but now that watch party, it's simmered down a little bit. Still 3-2 Florida. It's been that way since the early second period. 8 minutes to go in regulation. Can the Leafs force overtime? Can the Panthers hang on to win Game 2 by the skin of their teeth? Puck bounces off the boards. Here's Kempf bringing it forward for the Leafs. He passes it back. A backhander off the boards. Flipped into the zone. Bobrovsky plays it around. Poke check by the Leafs. Down low, Kerfoot, who scored the first goal of this game, like a minute and a half in or something crazy like that. They scored early. Well, outside the crowd, Justin Bieber, head cut out. Yeah. I know Justin Bieber's a Maple Leafs fan, and just more reasons for me to not like Toronto. Morgan Riley, D to D. Here's a shot on goal. Bobrovsky snatches it at in midair and will get a face-off to his glove side. I mean, if I was in Detroit, I would probably have a Marshall Mathers, cutout head outside a stadium. So, there you go. But, yeah, I know Justin Bieber's a Leafs fan. Weird. I don't even know why. Is Justin Bieber from Canada? That's actually a good question. Why? Oh, God. Why am I even looking this up? Justin Bieber. He was born in Canada. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, now at least it makes a little bit more sense. I thought he was American for the longest time. Icing. Is it bad that I'm just finding out Justin Bieber's Canadian? I don't know where any celebrities are from. Off is one here by the Maple Leafs, and they send it up ahead. Here's a shot on goal and a save by Samsonov. Giveaway by O'Reilly. Dunclair had a wide open shot attempt, but the Panthers couldn't get to him. Tavares at center ice loses possession. Dunclair shoots it on in. 6.5. Crowd getting reckless here at Scotiabank Arena. Giordano flips it in. It bounces off Mark Stahl around the boards. Brody, backhander deflected and cleared by the Panthers. Weegar skates back off the glass. Marner couldn't get to it. Puck bounces into the Maple Leaf zone and dies down as being now under 6 to go in regulation. Panthers trying to not only win game 2, but go on a 5-game winning streak in this playoffs. Remember, this is a team that made it only a couple of games made over a couple of points over the Penguins. Samsonov around the boards. I guess that's a good question. Do the Bruins win their first round series if they play Pittsburgh? Honestly, I think they do. That sounds crazy based on how they finished off playing, but I think if they play Pittsburgh, I think they win that series in 5 or 6. And I think they probably would have beaten the Maple Leafs in the second round too. Save made. But something tells me the Bruins, if they made the third round and they were playing either the Hurricanes, Devils, or Rangers or whatever, I felt like it was going to be a Metro team that was going to give them a hard time. Well, other than the Penguins. Like, even the Islanders, I think, could have gave the Bruins a hard-fought series because they did push Carolina to 6. We're heading to our last commercial break. They sweep the Leafs will show that the Bruins did give them a hard time. I think the fact that if all goes right, they're about to go up 2-0 shows that they gave the Bruins a hard time. I knew after Game 6, don't sleep on the Panthers. I was right. Giving me Kings vibes. Oh, Florida Panthers giving you LA Kings vibes. It was funny because when I was watching Game 1 with my parents, I was actually comparing this year's Panthers to the 2012 Kings. I mean, hey, if Florida wants to go win the cup, so be it, right? Like, their team's never won a cup yet, so, like, why not? Go out there and win. It would be huge for the fans down there. Just think all the Panthers need to do is win a cup, and their fan base is already like at the highest it's ever been since the late 90s. Like, you win a cup, it skyrockets even more. But we'll see what happens. Barkov and Forsling, the 2 goal scorers for the Panthers in the second period, and those have been the difference makers so far. Trying to tack on one more as insurance marker in a game that the Maple Leafs have been outright dominating the last 2 periods. Tavares lost possession. Down to the final 5 minutes. Maple Leafs bringing it into the zone. A 1-on-3. Backhander missed the net. Nylander. Hit the net, my guy. Wow. Here's Kachuk. Pass. Shot on goal. Save Samsonov. I want to see this replay badly. 3-on-1. But, like, all 3 Maple Leafs players were, like, jumbled up next to each other. Oh, my God. And a backhand miss by William Nylander. Oh, jeez Louise. It's almost like self-inflicted wounds are why the Maple Leafs are losing this game right now. I don't know, just the thought. Face-off is won by the Panthers. Around the boards, Connor Verhaeghe almost stuffed one glove side. And that shot goes through the crease and wide. Here come the Maple Leafs. Michael Bunting kicks it forward. Offsides waved off. Maple Leafs shoot down behind the Panthers net. Bunting a backhander blocked by Florida. That was Forsling. 4:10 remaining in regulation. You got to think it's going to be another minute or two before Samsonov is pulled. He was allowed 3 goals on 28 shots. That shot saved by Samsonov. think that 3 goals and 29 shots now. Bunting comes on in, tries to go around Forsling. He can't do it. White clears. Marner with a high sticking penalty. Oh, referees, how do you not call that? Tries to swing it at him midair like a baseball bat. And I am stunned. There is no high sticking penalty. He touched the puck and he whacked at the puck like a lumberjack. What is he doing? Marner gets away with the penalty, though. Uyghur G to D. Florida trying to just hold on to dear life in the last 3 minutes and now 15 seconds. Pass off the boards. Leafs were in the mix of a change. Here come the Panthers. Flipped it in. Brody leaves it behind. Around the boards, Morgan Riley. Riley up ahead. Nylander off sides, waved off. Nylander around the boards. No one's there to get it. Kachuk steals. Here comes Florida again. Samsonov sends it around to the final 2:45. Nick Cousins runs over a man. Honk, honk. Get out of my way, Alexander Kerfoot. 2.5. Kerfoot shoots it in. Bobrovsky leaves his cage. Around the boards. Puck bounces off. Panthers whack it forward. That's Anthony Dunclair. The final 2:20. Samsonov around the board. Barkov all over Morgan Riley. Backhanded pass. Up ahead, here come the Leafs. Austin Matthews tries to weave his way around Aaron Ekblad. A shot on goal. Wide. Tavares gets taken down. O'Reilly gets taken down. 2 minutes left in regulation. And you got to think, as Mitch Marner sends up the other way, they're going to pull the goalie right. Well, not right now. Now, Brody. Samsonov begins to leave his crease. And Samsonov will head to the bench. 6-on-5 for Toronto. Matthews around the boards. O'Reilly. Maple Leafs have scored 3 goals in this playoffs with an extra attacker on, saved by Bobrovsky, and they almost scored 4, as they almost scored yesterday, or 2 nights ago with the goalie pulled. But yeah, they had 3 extra skater goals against the Lightning. Crazy stuff there. So yeah, I know that DeBrusque can't pass call was pretty stupid. But what are you gonna do? It's in the past. The Bruins had numerous chances to win that series. And now they're going to check Bobrovsky's goalie skate. What happened here? Samsonov on the bench. Again, the youngster Dustin Wolf, the backup due to Matt Murray being out due to injury. Funny enough, Matt Murray, if the Leafs were to win the Cup this year, that would be his 3rd ring. Bobrovsky's skate has been tied. His blade has been fixed, whatever the case may be. 1:28 to go. Essentially, the Leafs get an extra timeout there. And expect them to call their official timeout if they do not tie up this hockey game for the next stoppage or 2. Bobrovsky takes a sip of Gatorade or water or whatever that is. Ready to go. 1:28. Face-off will be taken to Bobrovsky's blocker side. Tavares takes the draw. Reinhart for the Panthers. Tavares wants the draw. Morgan Riley sends it down low. Nylander behind the net. Pass out front to Tavares. A backhander, no good. Remember, 6-on-5. Samsonov on the bench. Faceoff's taken in Florida's end, so that's still the case. O'Reilly. Back over to Riley. Down low. Marner. Marner and Nylander playing pass and catch. Marner, blue line. Riley, Marner, one-timer, save, rebound by Tavares, was stopped by Bobrovsky. Under a minute to go in regulation. Can Florida hold on? O'Reilly, Marner, Mitch Marner, pass down low to Nylander. Nylander to Marner, back over to Riley. Riley passes it over to the right side. Riley's shot saved, tipped, Panthers clear. That puck's going to bounce off the boards. No empty net goal. No icing down to the final 30 seconds. Matthews, with perhaps the second to last gasp for the Leafs, dumps it in. Florida can't clear. Matthews passes it back. Nylander, Matthews one-timer saved by Bobrovsky. Huge rebound. Florida can't clear it. 10 seconds left. Riley pokes it forward, and it's cleared. And going for the empty net is Florida. And that'll not seal it. He missed the empty net. Oh, my gosh. What are you doing there, Luosterainen? Panthers win. Game 2, 3-2. And they shut out the Maple Leafs for the remaining 42 minutes of play. Actually, scratch that. 52 minutes of play. Sensational work. And so Florida, despite getting outshot 36-29, come away empty-handed. The Panthers steal both in Toronto, and they are now riding a 5-game winning streak. The longest, tying the Golden Knights for the longest winning streak in the NHL playoffs right now. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the broadcast. This was our first NHL broadcast of the year. Florida takes a 2-0 series lead, winning both on the road. This one 3-2. One exciting ending there. Marner with a good attempt, shot, bounced off of Bobrovsky's helmet. Then Tavares shot it wide. The Panthers, Sam, I knew after Game 5 when they beat Boston they were legit. 5-game winning streak, again, tying the Golden Knights for the longest win streak in the playoffs right now. This is amazing stuff. And they're doing this as the underdogs, and they'll be back at home for Games 3 and 4. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. If you did, hit that like button. I'm Grant Fluff from Fletcher Sports. I'm saying enjoy the rest of your evening. This was exciting. Maybe we'll broadcast Game 3. Who knows? But what a fun game. That's it from the Scotiabank Arena. Florida victorious 3-2.